Welcome to the Nightly Rant
with
your hosts, Mike
and Torya.
This is the show where we examine society from a sarcastic point of view.
If you like insane conversations, this is definitely the show for you.
Let's get into today's topic. YPN people, I don't know about you, but I love helping out a friend. That's why I want to shout out my friend Brian Little and his podcast, Your Favorite Blockhead. This is the only show that manages to weave together peanuts and MMA into one heck of an amazing podcast. You can find Your Favorite Blockhead wherever your favorite podcasts reside and at yourfavoriteblockhead.com. Do me a huge favor and listen to Brian's show. You'll be entertained and you'll help out a friend. Now, as I said, let's get into today's topic.
Well, it was a pretty eventful weekend.
I think that the weekend was exhausting. A great time, but I'm still tired.
Well, what about it made you so tired?
I don't know. Probably the flights at 4 o'clock in the morning.
The return flight?
Yeah.
So that kind of...
And the fact that I didn't really sleep at all the night before we left. And then I didn't sleep particularly well either the 2 nights before that.
Yeah, as nice as the Airbnb was, the mattress was as bad.
Yeah. I think next time we go, we'll try a new place. See if we can find a better mattress.
Because that one... Oh.
So I have to say, overall, to all you Airbnb hosts out there, buy comfortable mattresses. Ain't nobody want to pay any number of dollars for your place if you have a crappy mattress.
Well, and that's the thing. I did literally just say that everything else about that place was perfect.
He's great.
But it really comes down to, you can be perfect on everything else, but if you can't sleep on the mattress, then, why are you bothering? Because, a lot of these places and places in Vegas, from what I can see, are very close to the hotel prices.
They're probably 10% lower than the hotel price plus resort fee.
See, and that's pretty dang close.
So if you're staying more than 2 nights, then the Airbnb is more worth it because the cleaning fee is only once. But if you're staying 1 or 2 nights, then the hotels are more worth it.
Yeah, seems like it to me. Because at least you're also guaranteed, because most of these hotels there have nice beds. So you're pretty much guaranteed to at least be comfortable.
Yeah, maybe next time we'll go stay in a hotel again.
So I don't know. Just was... What disappointed me is that you had pointed out to this host.
And he said he was going to change it.
And he said he was going to change it.
Before we came back.
And it didn't happen. And that's kind of disappointing because...
He did say he was having a really rough month, though. So maybe...
Yeah, maybe it's just financially not possible.
Yeah.
Because that isn't a cheap investment.
Well, the one that we get for all of the Airbnbs, and we've had multiple compliments, people asking us to send them what mattress it is the king size one is only $380 from Amazon, and then the queen is $2 something, and then the double is lower $2 something.
Well, I think that's a queen size bed, don't you think it was?
Yeah.
So, close to $300.
I don't know that I would have picked something if it only had a double bed. That's not particularly comfortable.
Close to $300 to fix it. If your money, if your income is down, the $300 is a lot of money.
Yeah, and I think when you buy a bed for an Airbnb, you kind of have to go at the middle ground and just get a medium firmness bed, because I think you hit the most comfortable people.
Yeah.
And so the one we get is a green tea memory foam mattress. I don't know why green tea makes the memory foam more comfortable, but I can't tell you how many compliments we've had on our beds. Everywhere.
That's interesting. So we get there, we fly there, we land, and we had to leave pretty early. I mean, what was our flight at? Like 8:30. We had to leave.
9 o'clock.
So,
We boarded at 8:30.
yeah. So we got there closest to 10.
We landed
then-
at exactly 10 a.m.
And
on the dot.
And what had happened was we had booked the flight for an afternoon flight. And for whatever reason, the airline moved it to the morning. We think it's because they didn't have enough passengers. So they just moved us all into one flight. And that meant I had to change my car rental. Well, in changing my car rental, they also changed my car rental place. So we get there, and if you've ever been to Las Vegas, they have a, what do you call it? A rental car lot. Like it's just an area just off the airport, and they have a shuttle that runs from each terminal, and it brings you right to that place.
Which, when you think about it, is pretty smart because it gets people the hell away from the airport.
Well, yeah, and it keeps the traffic for rental cars away from the airport as well, you know? And so then in the long run, you know, they take you over there, and we start to walk in because we've done this before. We did this the last time we flew in. So we start to walk in, and all of a sudden I went, wait a second. It says, you know, Ace is that way. And you're like, yeah, it does say Ace is that way. And we're like, where the hell? And then we look it up, and on the instructions, it tells us that now we have to catch another shuttle bus just from Ace.
So let's just say we stopped being impressed right about then. Like, that's when the chaos ensued.
Yeah, and we, you know, so then this one's making, you know, smart alecky comments, which I was laughing at. I thought it was kind of funny.
Well, good, because I was trying to make you laugh.
And I was just kind of focused on, you know, where the hell is this guy coming from? Because, you know, this is something new. This is not something we've done before. So I'm still relaxed, but I don't appear to be relaxed. That's kind of the gist of it. You know, I'm just kind of like intensely focused because I've never done it before.
It was like 20 minutes, though, of standing at a bus stop waiting for the shuttle just to show up.
So then we get on, and the shuttle driver is super nice, just a super nice dude. And he drives us to the place.
You forgave him real quick for taking so long to get there.
Yeah, and he drives us there. And then he explains to everybody like where they dropped the car off and everything. And then he makes the point, I'm going to bring you around, and I want only one person to go in per rental to go inside that office. Just one person. And he said that multiple times. My gosh, I get inside there, and I'm counting what number I am. And I'm like, well, but there's 4 people who are a couple each. Just ignoring the guidelines. Just totally ignoring it.
You know, I was thinking about it. You were the first person from our bus to get in there. So those other couples came off the other bus. Maybe the other bus driver was a dumbass and didn't tell them.
Maybe.
Because that's a lot of people being too stupid to follow instructions. You know, like,
yeah, it still doesn't surprise me if it was the way it was.
I know, it just disappoints me if it was.
But then we, you know, we get there, and
it took 2 hours.
It took forever to get the car, and then, you know, the lady's like trying to tell me that, you know, I need to buy the insurance. And I'm like, no, our credit card covers it. Well, but it's not going to cover this. Well, yeah, actually it does. It covers that. It's 100% covered. I told her, they literally say in their marketing materials, you know, don't buy insurance from rental car places any longer.
Ever.
So if they were to say, oh, we don't cover that, and you were to say our insurance does cover it, well, we'd sue them to cover it because they're the ones who told us not to take your insurance. So I'm not worried, even in a little bit, you know?
Well, and what was interesting is she told you there was like a $12 a day charge for downtime.
Yeah.
When the car's getting fixed. The insurance costs more than $12 a day.
Yeah.
How much downtime is there really going to be?
Yeah, exactly. It's all a scam, I think. So, but we get the car, you know, and she puts a $300 deposit on there that she also didn't tell us about, which had just came into effect as of December 1st.
And was kind of offensive.
And it was offensive because they never emailed us to tell us that there was a change in the terms and conditions. They just did it. That's
right.
I don't know. I think you should have been like all new reservations starting on this date have that policy, not it starts on this date, no matter what you are. I think that's stupid.
Right.
But they, like I said, we got the car and they bring the Jeep out, right? We get this Jeep and they bring it out and they had washed it and they just park it there and the lady just walks away.
Like nobody told us it was our car. We kind of just got in and drove away.
Well, I looked at then I took the contract because I knew the contract had the car number on it. And I compared it to the car number on the sticker and it was the right one. I was like, okay, good. Again, the car, go out to the front. And then the confirmation is the dude there scans your agreement and he scans the car thing and they have to match. And it matched. So nice Jeep, very, very nice Jeep. And for the life of me, I do not remember exactly what we did.
We went on a quest to find food.
I remember. Yeah, we had to get a little bit of something to eat.
Because we were freaking starving at this point, and nothing was freaking open.
Yeah, that was a...
We went to In-N-Out Burger.
Well, it wasn't that they weren't open. The first place was open, but it was trying to meet that 25% capacity thing, and they technically required a reservation.
I can't remember where the first place even was. Was it like Applebee's or some shit?
It was not Applebee's. It was the one that was straight down the road from us. God, what was it called?
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel, thank you. Yeah, Cracker Barrel. And
then we tried to go to White Castle, and it's closed until further notice.
Yeah, that was the one that was closed. So then we ended up at In-N-Out Burger. So that was an interesting...
But that was the night we had dinner at Guy Fieri's.
But then, yeah, we went to Guy Fieri's at the Link, and it was really good. Really, really good.
If you ever go, get the trash can nachos.
Yes, we highly recommend those. First of all, the experience is really cool, and the way they deliver them to you on the plate.
We're not going to ruin it for you though.
Nope, no spoiler alert at all. But then the flavor is just, my God, it's so good.
Whatever that sauce was they added. They had the barbecue sauce, they had something called donkey sauce, and then they had sour cream.
Yeah.
They just created the most magical experience.
It was so tasty. So tasty.
And then we just people watched, didn't we?
Yeah, we went people watching and we walked around a little bit.
Oh, and then we went to Champagne's.
And then we went, it was time we were meeting our friend at Champagne's. So we headed over there. And we got there before her because, we were...
half an hour early.
Well, yeah, I mean, our dinner reservation went so smoothly.
And we went half an hour early.
Yeah, it was...
Because we were hungry.
Kind of crazy how that works.
Yeah.
But we go to Champagne's and, they have a 20-person capacity.
There's only 10 other people in there, though.
Yeah, there wasn't very many people. And drinks were super cheap. I mean, we bought drinks for us and our friend, and we spent less than we did for the 2 drinks we had at dinner.
Yep, pretty much.
Or not really less, but just tiny bit more.
Once you take into consideration tax, tip, and...
Yeah, it was like 30...
They were $16 each, so it was like 32
$35 It was like $35 total when you add tip at the restaurant, and I think we paid $40 total, including tip, at the bar.
Yeah.
We had way more to drink. It was crazy. But
there was some inability to wander.
Then the next day, we got up we just decided whenever we wake up, we'd wake up. We woke up, and then you called the Eggworks place that you like, and you made a reservation.
Right.
And we ran over there.
And I had my Eggs Benedict, and
She
it was
had her
delicious.
Eggs Benedict. She loved it. And then we needed to go to Walmart. Well, pretty much any drugstore because you wanted something for a headache or something.
My hand was itchy, and I needed
that's
cortisone.
right. You needed cortisone. That's what it was. So we did that. And that was kind of an interesting place. Really nice area. But then we kind of culminated everything by going to our potential new home site.
Yep, that was exciting. We love it just as much.
Yeah, we discussed it. We looked at it one more time. Not as haggard because the second time we saw it was like way at the end of the day, and we were both so tired of looking at houses. It was kind of
Can
kind
we just
of
buy
nice.
this one so we don't have to look at it anymore? Yeah, that was effective.
It was kind of
Effectively
nice,
how we were feeling.
you know. But we confirmed which one we want, and so we're gonna, make the moves to make that happen, and then we're gonna be on that road. So that'll be kind of interesting. And
I'm sure we'll have many stories to tell.
that night we went to the Circa Hotel.
You forgot the thing we did in between seeing the house and going to dinner.
Oh yeah, how could I forget that?
I don't know.
Wow,
How you could forget that?
That is not something I've ever experienced before in my life. So we went to
The Erotic History Museum.
the Erotic History Museum. Highly recommend it, people. Highly recommend it.
It was entertaining.
It was very, very interesting.
You have to be 18 or older.
It had the craziest art.
Craziest things.
And there
You
was
walk in and there's a flasher right there.
Yeah.
Opening
two
his
of them.
trench coat.
Two of
And
them.
his giant schlong sticking out.
One to the left, one to the right. Flashers. Yep. Then you pay and you go inside, and you're just assaulted by people, banging one another, and just moans and groans and all this weird stuff.
And a giant penis made entirely out of pennies.
Yeah, a huge penny penis. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was really weird. And then we saw a silent movie porn. Yeah, you heard
Hilarious.
me right.
I do recommend this to anyone who wants to chuckle.
It was just a strange experience. It really was. It was super strange. But then, like I said, that night we went to the Circa Hotel, which is brand new. I think it opened in October. And first thing we get, into the place, and there's we took, what was it? We took Lyft there.
Yeah.
And it
Fremont
drops
Street.
it drops us off where, honey? What was the building called it dropped us off at?
The Garage Mahal.
She kept saying that. She loved that it was called the what?
Garage Mahal.
That's right. Amazing, right?
Yep.
So dropped us off at the Garage Mahal, and then you take this escalator up, and you walk across this bridge, and then they check your ID. And you got to be 21 or older to go
It was
inside.
amazing. There were no strollers in the casino, people.
Not a single stroller. Yeah. No little kids running around banging India and stuff. It was crazy. It really was. It was crazy. But we got in there, and the first thing, you turn to the right, and there's this giant sports book that's 3 floors high with chairs at each level and these giant TV screens. And I am talking giant TV screens. It was intense.
And for the first time in the history of us looking for a restaurant in Las Vegas, the restaurant we had pre-chosen was right there. We literally got out of the Lyft at the exact right spot to go to the restaurant that we were going to.
Yeah, you couldn't have done any better.
Which was called
Victory
Burger and Wings.
It was so good. And I was tempted to get the wings. You know why I didn't get the wings?
Why?
2 reasons. I do find that wing places can be kind of disappointing. In other words, there's very few and far between that are really good. So you're either going to get mediocre or meh. And mediocre wings are not worth the effort of getting all the stuff all over your hands.
After
and wipe it off.
having the burger we had there, their wings aren't mediocre.
Yeah, I would probably try them next time.
You know what we should have done? We should have got a little 6-piece wings and shared it if we could agree on a flavor, which we probably would have just gotten regular buffalo.
Yeah, but I didn't want to get it all over my hands and then have to wash it all off before going out because, who wants to walk around with sticky fingers all night?
Right. That place is really good. So if you're ever in Vegas and you go to the Circa, the Victory Burger is highly recommended.
Yeah, great. The food was so good. The service was better than good.
My burger had a cheese blanket.
But mine too. I had the same thing as her, only
different veggies.
Yeah, different veggies. Mine was a spicier version of her burger.
Mine had artichokes and sun-dried tomatoes.
Yeah,
because it was a fondue burger.
And mine smartly, rather than trying to replicate that exact thing. They took that out, the artichoke out, and they put in jalapeno to make it spicier.
And you didn't have sun-dried tomatoes either.
No.
You would like jalapenos and onions or something.
Yeah, it was jalapenos and onions.
Yep.
Exactly. So
that place was excellent.
Really well done.
Fremont Street was overall a little bit disappointing.
Yeah.
I don't know if our expectations were too high or if it was just too full of grossly drunk people and shitty street performers.
Probably a little bit of both. I think we were just excited to be out. And I also think that, next time one of the things that we can do is pick one of the restaurants there.
Uh-huh.
Inside of the hotels and have some drinks there, because I noticed like they were advertising like, $8 drinks, and I think we paid $7 at the champagnes.
Yeah.
So, that would have been that would have been a way to go.
If we'd have decided we both wanted to keep walking around, like if there would have been something entertaining to look at, then I'd have been down for that, and I was actually going to suggest maybe we stop inside the D and see if they had, like, drinks in there.
Uh-huh.
But there was nothing to, like, there was no music to listen to. The street performers were boring. Like, there wasn't anything to do after you had the drinks.
No, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you on that. I think, though, that what I noticed that I think is strange, and it's sort of disappointing, is that if you remember the last time we were there, you could have walked down towards the container park.
Yeah.
And you could have essentially exited Fremont Street, and there were like these bars that were down there, and they were super cheap bars.
Uh-huh.
You used to be able to walk over to those. Now you exit Fremont Street.
You have to go, like, through barricades and security.
Yeah.
Which isn't
And coming back in, here's the thing that I'm thinking. On a weekday, it's probably not such a terrible thing because there's not that many people there. But on a weekend, when it's hopping, you could wait a long time to get in.
I was thinking about it, and we already said, like, security didn't bother us when we were coming into Fremont Street.
Uh-huh.
We got our ID checked coming onto Fremont Street. We went into Circa and then out.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't try to come in at any of the edges of Fremont Street.
Yeah, you're right. We got our ID checked.
So I don't know, because they say on signs everywhere it's supposed to be 21 or older down there now.
Huh. Interesting. Well, my thing is just the concern of getting back in smoothly.
Right.
I'm not sure that it would have happened, But we had an okay time. We had a really nice Lyft driver taking us back. Super duper nice lady.
Then we went to a liquor outlet.
And we went to a liquor outlet to get some
he got Mike's Hard Lemonade because, his name is Mike.
Exactly.
And he's
The
creative.
only one that was named after me. I mean, why not give it the shot? It didn't matter to me. I mean, why did you pick what you picked?
Because they're my favorite.
Why are they your favorite? That isn't answering the
They're
question.
so good.
Okay, we're gonna answer questions like why they're your favorite by they're so good.
They are.
My gosh.
What other reason would a drink be your favorite?
Why are they so good?
Well, you won't agree, so why do I have to explain it to you? The flavor was peach Bellini.
Well, but is that what you liked about it? Was the flavor?
Yeah.
Well, then why can't you just say that?
And they're sparkling, and it's delicious.
I don't need to think that it was delicious for you to think that it's delicious. Jiminy creakies.
Anyway, and then it was Sunday. And I slept until 8
Holy crap,
o'clock.
this woman slept till 8 o'clock. She was so boring. Oh my God.
That's the first time I've slept till after 7 in 100 years, it feels like.
I read 700 articles and probably spent $10,000 while she was asleep. Now she doesn't know whether to believe that I spent $10,000 or not. If I had a crickets sound effect, I would play it right now.
Would you?
Yeah. It's kind of boring when you don't respond. Anyway.
All you're doing is harassing me at this current minute.
Any of the ways. What did we do on Sunday?
Then we went to that breakfast place you picked called Scrambled, which, was
I didn't
freaking
pick it.
delightful.
I didn't pick it. You picked it.
You made me a list while I was sleeping so
exactly,
late.
but I didn't pick it.
Anyway, why don't you just take the fucking credit? Because I just told you it was delightful.
It was damn skippy good. I have to say that.
I got
and
a
the service
French
was
toast
also damn
flight.
skippy good.
French toast flight. 3 different kinds of sugar-packed French toast. 1 single breakfast.
Oh my
So
gosh.
effing good.
She had this massive like plate of 3 giant French toasts.
I have a
They were
picture if
huge.
anybody wants to see it.
They were huge French toasts.
Yep.
I just had an omelet, and it was very good.
And a giant carafe of orange juice.
Yes, and I learned to say the word carafe.
You got to say the car faster.
I was
man.
saying it carafe before. So now
And the lady at the first
carafe.
place got so confused. And I don't even understand why.
Well,
Because carafe is also correct.
I plead the fifth. I'm
Just
not going to
apparently
explain
not
why.
in Nevada.
Yeah, exactly. But, Sunday, I remember what we did on Sunday.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, first of all,
So what did we do?
we looked for and found where
We went celebrity house hunting.
Paulie D lives.
And
We
he
s-
was a little excited
we-
about the first
We
one.
saw his neighborhood, and then, believe it or not, while we were in his neighborhood, there were these estates that were for sale.
Show homes.
And so we went to the show homes of these estates.
They were gorgeous.
And my gosh, they were both beautiful houses, but the second one just blew the first one away.
but like 4,200 square feet on a single story house. Like so big.
and with a guest house.
Yeah.
That was like 800 square feet.
I think that was included in the 5,200.
It was crazy.
4,200. I think. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but the guest house itself was 800 square feet. Like,
It
that
was so
crazy.
cute. It had it had everything except a stove.
Yeah.
The Airbnb potential of that little guest house.
Oh my God, yes.
You could charge a pretty penny for that little sucker.
Well, yeah, because look where you are.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's kind of luxury. It would be kind of luxury vacationing.
Then what else do we do?
Then after that, we saw where, Colt from 90 Day Fiance and his mama, Debbie, we saw where
Gosh.
they lived.
And some other 90 Day Fiance people.
Wow, that was, wow.
Wah, wah.
And then we saw David from 90 Day Fiance where his house is, and that was kind of, wow, for a rich guy. But, then he's kind of a weird, eccentric guy like
and he
that.
does not drive a red Lambo. Like, I don't know when he traded that thing in for an 86 Toyota, but that's what he had parked at his house.
Yeah, he had a Lexus.
Oh, was it 86 Lexus?
It was a Lexus. Yeah, he had a Lexus.
194-year-old Lexus.
Yeah, it was an old Lexus. But it was pretty funny to see. And, we just kind of did that. And then we're like, let's find something to do. And so she starts telling me about this go-kart place. And so I'm like, okay, let's go to this go-kart place. So she calls down. She's trying to get the Groupon to work, and Groupon won't work. But we're like, screw it. It's not that expensive. Let's just go. And so it took us a while to find the place. It was really weird where it was, but we finally found
We
it.
drove all the way around it and a trapeze course.
Yeah,
to find
then
the
finally
entrance.
found the entrance. Then we parked. We went in there, and the guy was super duper friendly. My gosh,
Gave us the
super duper
Groupon price
friendly.
anyway.
Gave us the Groupon price anyway. And you sit and you watch like this, safety video, which wasn't,
Redneck training video.
which really wasn't that exciting, but it is what it was what it is. Larry the cable guy guided us through our
Yeah.
safety video. So that was kind of interesting. And then it's time to put on the equipment, and it's like really hard to size yourself. And had no idea someone had
Apparently gets a little claustrophobic.
claustrophobia issues, but someone has claustrophobia issues, because I definitely was able to easily fit on and off the helmet size that I had, but she needed a size bigger because she was practically dying from suffocating.
I had a
inside
little
of
panic
the
attack, people.
thing, and
Just
yeah,
a
she had a
little one.
panic attack. Of course, after I was fully strapped into the seat, she has her panic attack. Not
What the heck
before.
was that place called?
but
Like
after.
Gene something?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Gene something?
I'll look it up and make sure it gets put
Yeah.
in the notes.
Because I have to say, the guy who was getting our race started is the nicest person I've ever encountered while I was in a scary mood. Like,
Yeah, he was really nice
He
to
was
her.
so friendly, and he helped me figure something out. And he was like, "You don't have to tighten this so tight." And then he helped me get all set up. And yeah, he was really, really nice.
You know what I'm going to say, though?
What?
I'm going to guess that there's a lot more people like you than we think.
Probably.
And that's why he knew exactly how to handle it. Because what you're describing isn't just a nice, gentle, kind person. It's a nice, gentle, kind person who has experienced what you're experiencing before.
Right. He was the bomb. So whatever his name is, thanks. Because I appreciated you.
So I don't remember. I'm asking for a friend, but who won the race?
Why don't we let our fans decide who won the race? They should tell us who they think won the race.
Well, it's absolutely clear who won.
Is it? Is
Yeah.
it the person who has a driver's license?
Maybe. It might be. Might be. It just might be. What do you think?
Yeah, you won. You lapped me.
I was almost going to lap you a second time. Then they ran that fucking checkered flag. What happened to the one lap to go flag? I never saw the one lap to go flag.
I don't think we got a one lap to go flag. I think we just got a checkered flag.
Because that's what tripped me out. I was like, wait a second. Aren't we supposed to get a warning?
But like, well, and I should have had a whole nother lap. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I got one less lap than you.
Well, yeah, because technically in a race, if you're going to finish the entire race,
Right.
I would have been off the track and you would have still had to do another lap.
Right.
That's
I
funny.
didn't really want to do another lap by myself, so it was all good. Not complaining.
That was
Just
rather cool.
laughing.
And then we were supposed to go to Senior Frogs for dinner, but we decided, I think we were kind of petering out and just kind of wanting to go back to the room and just
Well, we were
hang
kind
out.
of hungry too, but we
So-
didn't. It was so late that a 6:00 reservation would have been unreasonable.
So we moved the reservation up and then moved it up even a little bit earlier than that. And we made it into kind of a late lunch, early dinner.
It was
And
great.
the food was so good. I would
people
definitely
who-
say go there.
The people who say their food is bad online should try them again and have the freaking fajitas and the salsa. That salsa, sweet Jesus, was that good salsa.
Yeah. I was a little sorry I didn't just go and have the tacos.
How did I talk you into the fajitas?
You didn't talk me into them. I talked myself into them.
Interesting.
Nobody can ever talk me into food.
That's what I thought. Because, I've suggested fajitas to you before, and you've always been like, nay.
Well, once every 150 years or so, I have fajitas.
They were really good, though. Even if you probably would have liked the tacos more.
They were
The
good.
fajitas were really good.
They were good, but it's just a lot of work.
Well, yeah, you get the tacos, and you effectively get the same thing, but you don't have to
Right.
build it
I don't
yourself.
have to build it myself. But so that was kind of interesting. We just kind of hung out. We watched a movie. What was that movie called? Something 9.
Yeah, it was violent. About Atlanta
It's
police.
about Atlanta police. It was super good though. It was a really good movie.
It was not bad.
It was violent, but it was
Now we
good.
watched Employee of the Month, which we've now
Yes.
discovered was
Employee
filmed
of
in
the
a
Month.
legitimate fucking Costco.
Yeah, and that was
Because
hilarious.
There was even Kirkland brand stuff on the shelves.
Yeah, that was hilarious. But
They didn't even try to make it look like it wasn't Costco.
so that was it. We kind of, and then we crashed early because we needed to get up so early for the flight back.
Then we got up at 4 a.m. the next day.
Yeah, 4 a.m. and try to call the Lyft out to the stupid car rental place, and he goes to the one that's towards the front. So then we had to walk in 38-degree weather
It was nice, though.
to the front, and he was a nice enough dude, and he got us to the airport, and we got all checked in and everything, no problem.
We had a
it was,
Jamba Juice.
it was good. We had a Jamba Juice, and we took our flight back and dealt with its stupid LAX
Nobody licked
Lyft
us.
situation, but we were good. And
Okay, but if we caught anything sketchy on this entire trip, it came from that last Lyft ride.
yeah,
His car was so dirty. I hope you gave him a 1-star review.
I didn't
'Cause
even review
He
him
was
yet.
weird, and his car smelled, and his car was really hot, and I think he was recording us.
What?
There was I'll tell you later. It was weird.
Yeah, you should have told me as it was happening. Wow. Just wow.
And then his car was dirty.
So you know what? we need to end on that note because that is just wow.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Hasta la bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Nightly Rant.
If you enjoyed the show, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Google Play.
If you didn't enjoy the show, please just ignore that previous request for a rating.
This has been a Yogi's Podcast Network production.